Hello everyone, welcome back to Majesty 2. And today we are going to play the final mission. Yeah, we're going to take on the demon.
My liege, you've grown up. You no longer resemble that boy who nearly let the wolves destroy my mansion. You are now the slayer of dragons, the scourge of ogres and skeletons, bane of vampires, he who possesses the orb and scepter of Sidrian, he who wears the mantle of Tevis, and soon, sire, you shall be the returned king of Ardania. Looking at you, I see the faces of great rulers. You are ready to fight for the throne of Ardania. No, it shall not be easy. The battle with the demon's advisor was just the beginning. But he was beaten, your majesty. It means that the demon can make mistakes, and thus we can win today. My king, the mages of poor King Leonard summon not just some random baron of hell, but the most dreadful of them all, the Barlog, Baron of Logic. This Barlog is no ordinary demon. His mind is not the usual chaos. It is cold and sharp as a blade. Strength or fury alone cannot defeat him. Only intellect and spirit and cunning. In my hand, your majesty, I hold the crown of Ardania. I've kept it all these years for the one worthy enough to wear it. It contains the spirits of all those who have worn it before you. Take it, and may the strength and wisdom of the great rulers flow through your veins. A new quest for you, your majesty.
Fly, you fools! You won't defeat this enemy!
Thank you very much, Gandalf. And as you can see, we start with a lot of cash, and also with a lot of buildings already built. So, and we also have the Crown of Ardania. The Crown of Ardania will summon the Spirit of Kings, and it's basically, yeah, like a summoned monster. And we need that to distract the demon, so the demon won't attack our city.
I should attack. Where is my plan?
Your majesty, a new building is complete. Your highness, our research is complete. A new quest for you, your majesty. My king, I've just been to a conclave of the high priests of Ardania. A rare occasion, but all of the temples agree that the Barlog must be banished back to his own world. They've put aside their ancient animosities and are willing to help you in this task. You have the power of the gods on your side, your majesty. Your highness, the palace renovations are finished. Representatives from the temples of Doros, Agrella, and Helium believe their combined strength can deal with the demon. Their counterparts from the temples of Crypta, Furbus, and Crom respectfully disagree. We have no time for their petty differences, my liege. We must build each set of 3. Your highness, our research is complete.
What have we here? An ambitious, self-assured heir to the throne, coupled with a cunning and experienced advisor who, somehow, have convinced the people of this kingdom to aid them in a challenge against the Baron of Logic with all his infernal might. Delicious.
The local blacksmith offers new services.
Logically, this conflict will follow as such. The demon is stronger and more clever. Thus, the king and his advisors shall die. Quod erat demonstrandum.
Your majesty, the Barlog is right. He is stronger. But you, sire, have a weapon as mighty. The crown of Ardania. With its help, the heir of royal blood can summon the spirit of kings. The Barlog will surely be eager to fight him. palace renovations are finished.
Yes, I
You
demonstrated.
can use the crown to lure the demon's attention away from your kingdom.
At last, a worthy rival. To fight this spirit of kings will be most interesting.
Yep, you need to use the Spirit of Kings to distract the demon. Otherwise, he's going to just wreck your town. Yeah, and as you might have guessed, this game started crashing on me again. So yeah. And once again, I don't want to play this mission from the start all over again. Let's just distract the demon.
Research is complete.
My blast is equivalent to a 5 Mega Raceland fireball. Even the best Nevril armor won't stand up against it. I won't be the one defeating you. Cold logic will.
Mega Raceland. Yeah, that's a reference to the Dragonlance Mage Raceland. Okay, as I mentioned, I don't want to fight this mission over and over and over again. Only for it to crash after an hour or so. So I shall see you in a bit.
My services are required.
Okay everyone, and we're back. So as you can see, I built all the temples, which means the demon's defense is down. I prevented him from summoning new monsters by building the light side temples, and lowered his defense by building the dark side temples. And my heroes are a little bit under-leveled because I destroyed all the monster layers real quickly to build trading posts and stuff to get money. As you can see, I've got a megaton of money, but I hope this will work anyway. So, the demon is down to about a fifth of his health, so yeah, I hope I can do this. My heroes are dying quickly, but I can summon Spirit of Kings again, so I pray this actually works. Yeah, okay. Put a bigger bounty on the demon's head. Some heroes are really low level, mostly because I just built that temple and then hired those heroes without converting heroes. So yeah, but here both these paladins, yeah. Holy Shield, Chaos Shield, where's Chaos Shield? Yeah, Shield of Chaos is really good because it protects from magic. That's one of... Just look at this firework of effect. Yeah, it's one of the best spells.
What? How is this possible? My calculations were impeccable. This is absolutely a lunch.
The quest is completed, sire.
The action.
I believe he was trying to say illogical. Well, as for me, the Great King has defeated the demon, as the Great Kings always do. Nothing can be more true. Your Majesty, Ardania awaits you. And so it was. The new Great King was crowned by the crown of Ardania, in the very heart of the capital. His portrait, where the king had his foot on the neck of the defeated Barlog, took its place in the portrait gallery of the Great Ones. And the royal advisor finished this chapter of the Chronicles at last, and could finally rest over a mug of good old ale.
Okay, that was Majesty 2, the Fantasy Kingdom sim. And this game was difficult. It's quite different from the first Majesty, which was more heavy on the simulation part. Well, this one was more of a player versus environment game. I kind of like the idea, like that this game has this indirect control concept. that you don't just micromanage all your heroes, but instead you just give them general directions, you provide them with upgrades and items, but they still have to buy them, stuff like that. I think that's a very good idea, but nevertheless, this game does have some flaws. Namely that the missions, they're kind of the same, in the sense that you build your guilds, you defend as good as possible, you find strategy that works for you. In my case, that's going with clerics, I like clerics, and going with dwarves, I like dwarves, and building those dwarven towers. And then you basically just turtle until you win. And the enemy never really gets ahead of you. Unlike in other games where the enemy could amass a bigger army, or yeah, maybe just get more resources in the long run, so you have to secure stuff. You don't really need that. There's only one resource, money, and you just generate it by defending your city and not letting your royal palace die. So yeah, even if you just have like one hit on your royal palace or just your market, you still generate income. So in this game, and the later missions kind of try to break that up by having the boss attack you, namely the Skeleton King, who goes for you, and the Imp. But yeah, it feels kind of cheap. It basically feels like it's the same except with a time limit. But I nevertheless like the general concept. I just wish there was a little more variety, like those levels where you fight other heroes and you actually have to watch out that you kill them in time, so they don't level up too much, which involves like a little more planning. Otherwise it's usually just like this, so you kill all the monsters that attack you and then you're good. At least for the most part. It doesn't always work. At times you have to be prepared for a stronger monster like the ogre or the vampire, but for the most part it just works. So yeah. But I also think that some of the elements were underutilized, like those temples. I just think that the resurrection spell is way too good. I was always going for the resurrection spell. Maybe that's just my preferred strategy, but I just have the feeling that a couple of those heroes, like the barbarian hero, the Arnold Schwarzenegger guy, those heroes, they are okay, but they're not really worth it, because you need a 3rd level palace, and then you need holy ground, and then you need a temple, and then you need to buy these heroes or upgrade them. So yeah, and by that point you've probably just won the mission, and the only missions where I really bought those heroes was the one mission where you get a temple for free, or you contact that Blade Master, and the very final mission, and even that mission I was just hanging around and I just bought them because I had so much money from all those trading posts that it didn't really matter. Yeah, and I also have the feeling that this game can be insanely hard. A couple of those missions were insanely hard. When I first played this game I thought that the dragon mission, the royal feat, was outright impossible, but later on I just learned how to play it, and then it became rather easy. So it's kind of like a one-trick pony, so once you figured out what to do, you're good. Same for the Pretenders to the Throne mission, where the only issue was that it crashed over and over again, and that even goes for the final mission. The final mission was crashing like crazy. I don't really know what triggered it, but it crashed a lot, and that was very frustrating, because in that mission you have to always time the use of the Royal Spirit correctly, so your demon doesn't destroy your buildings, because if he does, and he might just go for a marketplace, it's very frustrating, because I have to build a new marketplace, and then you have to upgrade it again, and then you have to watch out again. So you basically play this game for half an hour or 45 minutes, and you always have to micromanage the Spirit of Kings. And even if you fail one, that can actually end the mission. And it's not only that, and then it does just crash, and even though you did it perfectly on that one run, it did just crash. That's so frustrating. Yeah, but nevertheless, I like this game. I wish they would make a Majesty 3 and kind of fix these bugs. And yeah, like the crashing, and also like add like a couple more elements, and also make the maps a little bit more interesting. Yeah, as you could see, the maps barely have any features. They're mostly just open terrain with layers. At times there are mountains and rivers, but for the most part there are no real obstacles. You don't really need to maneuver anywhere, mostly because your heroes, they're just freely roaming around anyway, but it would be nice if the maps would just look a little bit more interesting. Yeah, I know I'm complaining a lot, but nevertheless, as I said before about 10 times, I like this game, I like to play it. And yeah, they released 3 updates. Yeah, they released a bunch of updates for this game, but they also released 3 expansions for this game. And I think one of them is pretty good, one of them is okay, and the last one is kind of okay too, but yeah, not my favorite. I still like to play them. They are at times even more difficult than the main game, but they're also a little more interesting because they bring in some variety. So yeah, I'm going to play those expansions as well. No worries. There's also a 4th expansion, which is a fan expansion. So that expansion is unfortunately even more crash prone than the original game, so I'm not really sure whether I really want to play it. I have to reinstall it again and see how it works for me. When I first played it I had a different computer, so maybe it's working now. Yeah, but anyway, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this Let's Play series, and I hope you join me for the first add-on, Kingmaker. So yeah, see you then, and goodbye.